Hello and good morning from Kauai. I'm Nicholas and I'm here to share some tools and tricks and experiences that will help you shift into a life that's more vibrant and full of life than you can ever imagine. That's my hope for you, that's my hope for me, that's my hope for all of humanity. So whatever I can do to share and help, that's what I'm here for. If there's anything you would like me to share about or something that's going on in your life, feel free to write in the comments below and I will read all the comments, and if there's something there that I can add some insight to or share or potentially help, I would love to do so, and I'll make a video in the future about that. So thank you. Today I wanted to talk about spiritual practice, and the key word there is practice. This is a channel that is about spirituality, but really what I want to focus on is the word practice. If you think about anything that you're proficient in life, or particularly skilled or good at, it's probably because you practice. You go to your job from 9 to 5, you spend 40 hours a week there doing the same things, or growing through, learning new things and new skill sets, and you've gotten very good at it because you've gone there 40 hours a week consistently for, who knows how many months, years, decades, etc. So it's that's the reason that you're so good at it, is because you practice. You think about any sport that you're good at, if you play an instrument, maybe you were naturally gifted at the moment you picked that instrument up and it just sort of rang true to you and it felt right to you. But what made you so good at it really was practice, And it could be practicing getting into that flow and tuning into what you already know, to that natural gift, but you had to practice to get that muscle memory. And that's what we want to do with our spiritual practice. We want to get that muscle memory. We want to be able to shift more easily and more naturally from this state of our egoic minds and what we believe we are, what we've come to identify as, into our true selves, our true essence, our higher self, our soul, who we really are. So we want that to be more natural and seamless. And in order to do that, we want to build the muscle memory of what it means and feels like to be in that state more consistently. And this is my next word, consistency. Whatever you do, if you have your morning ritual, or you do yoga every day, you sit on your meditation cushion every day, whatever it is that you're doing as a spiritual practice, consistency is key. And what consistency does is it's building momentum. We want to build momentum because it's that momentum that will drive us through so-called challenging times and get us to align more fully and more completely with who we are. So when we go through those challenging times, it's pulling us out, or we feel unaligned with who we really are. And it's by working through those that we really are owning that muscle memory, of what it means to be back in that state. Even naturally. Even when things don't feel that, we'll push ourselves and say, look, even in this state, we can come back to this natural state, this true way of being, that is our higher self, that we should be in and are in when we're in our spiritual practice. So consistency is key. We really want to keep that momentum going. And a note on consistency that I've experienced significantly in my life is, if we fall off the horse, so to speak, if we miss our day of yoga, if we miss our day on the meditation cushion, whatever it is, let's not beat ourselves up over it. Okay, no problem. Let's get back on the horse. That's what we want to do. Miss one day, miss 2 days, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Every day we start new. So when you start new, you wake up, and it doesn't matter what you did yesterday. If your practice is to keep doing something, you wake up and you do it. It's that simple. We don't let yesterday dictate anything. We sort of said this is what we want to do. We create a discipline around it, and some consistency around it, and then we move through that motion and we allow that momentum to go. Because if it stops for one day, that momentum has not died. It started to slow now. We've missed one day. But there's still a large momentum of energy there, and we want to jump right back into that energy and keep rolling with it. So that's very important. Also, we would like to what we want to do is we want to bring that consistency and that spiritual practice out of the closet, so to speak. I like to use the term, let's bring spirit out of the closet. Because we sit on the meditation cushion, we do our yoga practice, and then we go out into our day and we just shift back into our old identities, our false identities, our egoic selves, and we forget about that which we're working on when we're in our ceremonies. And I want to bring spirit out into my daily life, and I want to make my entire life a sacred ceremony in everything I do. Before every meal, say a prayer, bless your food, bless your water, bless the people around you when you're driving. I actually have the rear view mirror in my car facing me instead of facing behind me. That's because sometimes when I'm stopped or I'm just cruising, I'll look in the mirror and I'll just get a glance and I see myself and I'll just start speaking to myself, or I'll start speaking to spirit. Spirit, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm feeling. This sacred spiritual practice is about connection. Connection with source, connection with spirit, connection with who we truly are. And we want to really own in on that. And by owning in on that, it's about how can we just make this a part of our day consistently, to be vulnerable, to be honest. We're building a relationship, and the more time we spend in that relationship, the stronger that relationship is going to get, and the deeper we're going to be able to dive. And the more time we spend in that, the more we're going to identify with that relationship instead of this false identity, and I don't want to say false relationships, but relationships that may not be serving our highest good to the best of their abilities. So bring spirit out of the closet into your day all the time, as much as possible. I'm working construction from time to time, and every single time I go to make a cut, I look down and I say, Spirit, be with me in this cut. Every time I'm like, oh, what was I doing here? What was that measurement? Spirit, be with me now. Thank you for this opportunity to do this. Thank you for this opportunity to create. Be with me now. Always calling spirit in. Spirit, you are not with me on the meditation mat. You are not with me on the meditation, or on the yoga mat, on the meditation cushion. You are with me always, and I'm constantly going to reach out and call you in, just like a beloved partnership. Let's stay in that honeymoon stage with spirit all the time. That's what we want to do. I can't have enough of you. So bring it in all aspects. When you're feeling good, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling nothing at all. Spirit, be with me. Thank you so much. That's what we want to be. So bring spirit out of the closet. Be consistent. In regards to consistency, I just wanted to mention, if you do something, you try a new practice and you do it for, 2-3 times even, and you're like, this feels good, like I like this, I don't really know exactly what it's about, but I'm feeling something positive. Set yourself a discipline, set yourself a goal. I'm going to do this for 30 days, whatever it is. And we want to do that because what happens is we feel this, oh, this feels good because we're on a high. Maybe that's why we're practicing something new, right? And it starts shifting things. And at some point, the ebbs and flows of life will come. And when we are at a lower point and we're doing that practice, that's usually when we want to, sort of throw in the towel and give up. And if we have that goal of like, I'm going to do this for 30 days, then it will carry us through. So keep doing it because this is when it's going to help the most. So you want to be doing this with consistency and set yourself a goal of, I'm going to do this for 30 days, etc. And when you're in that trough and you want to give up, if you don't have that goal set, or maybe that goal is like, right around that time, just say, I want to do this for one more week. That's it. I'm going to do this for one more week. I'm not liking this right now. It's not working for me right now. I'm not happy with the way life is treating me right now. Whatever it is that you are going through and experiencing, and you just say, I'm going to do it for at least one more week. And that's what we want to do. We're just moving that bar and say, can I do it for one more week? And sometimes that might be, I'm just going to do it for one more day. I'm just going to do it one more. Or I'm sitting in my meditation, I'm just going to do this for one more minute. Just that one more minute might push you to the point where it's like, you move past that and then it's like, 1 minute turned into 5 minutes. Sit on your meditation cushion for 1 minute if you can. If you don't have a meditation practice, if you don't have a yoga practice, You don't have to go do an hour of yoga. You don't have to buy a yoga mat. Stand at home, stretch for 1 minute. That's all you need to do. Sit down on your couch intentionally and just say, I'm going to just listen to my mind or focus or say a prayer, whatever it is, for 1 minute. And you start with 1 minute and that will gain momentum. Just that initial instinct, that initial energy, that's the starting momentum. I mean, once things start rolling, you know what I mean, then just try and keep them moving and keep that momentum going. So that's all for now. That's what I wanted to share. Bring spirit out of the closet. Bring it everywhere in your life. You want to live a sacred life? I mean, that's certainly what I want to do. I am living a sacred life, and I want everything in my life to reflect that sacredness. So I'm bringing that sacredness out, and I'm sharing it with the world. I'm sharing it with my food, with my friends, with my coworkers and colleagues. I'm sharing it with the people that I'm driving around me. Everywhere I go, I'm bringing that forth because I want to go everywhere with spirit. I want spirit to know that I am with spirit and spirit is with me. So that's my message for today. I love you all. Practice consistency and bringing spirit out of the closet. These will serve you so well. I'm getting goosebumps. So do whatever you can. Refer back to this whenever you can. And whatever you can do, something is better than nothing. Something could be nothing too. Sometimes we just need to sit, and that's okay. And bring spirit into that. Spirit, I can't do anything right now. Please be with me and just sit with me. That's totally fine too. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment if there's something you'd like me to speak about in the future. That's definitely how I would like to direct this channel and drive things, so I'm totally interested in that. Thank you so much. Mahalo, and have a great day. Aloha.